Welcome back for a new video, everyone. Today I am going to be demonstrating a watercolor bouquet of flowers in a very loose format. I'm just going to start by wetting the area. I did a little bit of a pre-drawn flower just to give a bit of a guide and a light outline of a vase. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these petals wet into these two flowers that I've already pre-drawn here. And you don't have to start this way. If you don't want to, you can do it just right onto the paper if you want to with no drawing. I'm going to start with a little bit of bright yellow on these flowers. And I'm just going to drop that in right where I put my water. Just get that spread around there on all these little petals. And this is such a bright yellow, very pretty color, but it's not going to stay that way. We're going to be putting some more layers over it. This is just to get a base down here for the start of the painting. And I know that I want these flowers to be yellow, so I am putting in the brightest part of my yellow first. That looks good. That's a pretty good start. I'm just trying to move some of this paint out to the outer edges here. And now I will go ahead and put in a little bit more here. Got to clean off my brush really quick. Just dipping that into my clean water. I'm just going to put a little red in some random places here, just to give an indication of some maybe out of focus abstract flowers in the bouquet. Add a little bit more to brighten that up. It's going to dry, so once it dries, it's going to lighten up a lot. Oops, got a little bit there in my yellow. Just need to wipe that off really quick. And you just do this randomly. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of orange into the center of my yellow flowers here. And it's okay if it doesn't stay right in the center, just let it go where it wants to go. That's the nature of watercolor. And it usually gives you a pretty result that way. If you think about flowers, they always have intermingled colors throughout, so it really gives a nice effect. I'm going to add a little bit of a darker yellow to the outer edges of the petals now. It's kind of a orangey yellow. Just get these flowers going, give them a little bit more dimension here. We're just going to build these up as we go. Don't want to put too much in there because it's still so wet. It'll cover up the lighter yellow if I put too much on right now. So I'm just going to do a little bit at a time and build this up and give it some contrast. I think I want to put some yellow petals down here, maybe, you know, like they've fallen off of the bouquet. And I think I'll do some other colors too, just to get a nice mixture of color down there. So let's do a little pink. I'm just doing this randomly. Whatever feels good in the moment, just put it there. I want to keep the center area open though, because I'm going to be painting my vase into that area later. So just want to make sure that you don't cover up that area if you do that. I really like this blue, so I'm going to go ahead and add some blue flowers in here. It's going to be a bright and colorful bouquet. It's not looking like much of anything yet, but just trust the process and you'll get somewhere. You just got to keep building on it. So I'm just cleaning off my brush here and grabbing some more color. You want to keep your brush clean so you don't muddy your colors up. Do some little leaves, just a little bit of green. Just going to add that in all over in random places here. Just fill in this white space. Ooh, that's a good one. Yes, I like those. Just want to get the greenery everywhere here, like it's popping out from all over in this bouquet. That looks pretty good. Maybe a few fallen leaves too, among the petals that have fallen off of the bouquet. Gonna add a little bit of a darker magenta in to give this a little bit of contrast with the red and the pink that we already put in there. Just spread this around a little bit here and cover in that white. I don't really like that, so I'm just going to put a little bit more over. It kind of mixed up with the other colors, so we're just gonna go ahead and extend this blue, make it a little bit bigger of a flower here. Make this one a little bit bigger too. I just want to fill in all of the white spaces here between the flower petals that we've already made. And we're going to build on that and make them a little bit more flower shaped here. I'm just going to clean this up as I go. It kind of seeped into my yellow there. It's looking really nice. I like the blue. Go ahead and add a little bit more of the darker yellow to the edges of these petals here, just to build this value up a little bit. It might be hard to see on camera, but there's 2 shades of yellow showing through here. It looks really pretty. Just let that dry a little bit and move on to the leaves and do a little bit of a darker green on top of the lighter green for some contrast. Give it a little bit more dimension. See, as it dries, it gets a lot lighter, so this darker green will help bring it out. Just want to clean your brush between every color in your water, and then dunk it into your clean water dish so that you don't mix any of your colors. And these are really beginning to look like flowers now. Got a good start going. Just darken this up a little here. Go ahead and add a little bit more pink. And you know, if it gets too wet or runny, you can just blot it a little bit and then add a little bit more over it if you need to. Darken this blue up here. Get a little bit more pink and fill in this white space here. That looks better. Just get these all filled in as I'm going here, and just blotting if you need to. I'm just cleaning off my brush again. And let's see, we'll go ahead and start doing the vase. I'm going to just get this a little wet here so that I can drop in a little bit of blue. I'm going to make this a glass vase. So I want to give it the appearance of translucency. So I'm just going to get this nice and wet right where I want to drop this paint at. And what's nice about this is that the paint won't go outside of the edge of your water, so it keeps it right in that area, and it won't seep out into the dry paper. And I went ahead and did a little bit of white paint into the water too. And now I'm going to add the blue. And I don't want to fill the whole thing in with blue. I just want to add a little bit of blue to indicate shape and the appearance of a glass vase here. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of blue, and then the rest will just stay white. Go ahead and do some more touch up on the bouquet while that's drying. Just add in some more greenery. I want to give these flowers a little bit more dimension, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of sage green. I just want to see a little bit more greenery coming out from between these flowers, because that's what you usually see, you know, whenever you look at a bouquet. You see a lot of greenery too along there with the petals, flower petals. I don't want to get this too muddy or anything, so I don't want to paint too much on those wet spots. So I went ahead and I added in a little bit of blue to the center of the blue flowers, a little darker blue, just to give that a little bit more dimension. And look at how nice that looks. That just really changed it a lot, getting that depth in there. Giving it a little bit more dimension. Do that same thing with the pink. I'm going to add a little bit of burgundy into here to make it look more like a flower. Give it a little bit more of a flower shape. And really just increase the contrast here between these flowers. Bring them out of the background here. I'm going to do the same thing on these little fallen petals, just to give the appearance that that's the flowers that they fell from. Wow, look at that. It's really coming together now, huh? Do a little bit more orange. Let's give the tips of these flowers a little bit of an orange tint to them. Just pull that around here so that it goes all the way around. Off here, and we'll go ahead and do a little bit more of the darker yellow over this light yellow that I did the fallen petals with. Give them a little bit more dimension. And while this was drying, I kind of added in a little bit of gray here in this foreground, and that's what caused my blue paint to run a little bit, but I'm going to fix that, so it'll be all right. I'm just going to keep going over these with the darker burgundy red and make sure that they stay nice and bright. And as it dries, it kind of lightens up a little bit. So I want to make sure that it stays nice and bright as it is drying. Go ahead in with a little bit more yellow over this orange now. I'm using the darker orange yellow. A little bit more orange in the center. They faded out a little bit as they dried. And I want to keep that little bit of punch there in the center with the brighter orange. And Let's see, I went ahead and I added a little bit more blue off camera to those blue flowers, and I'm going to go ahead and do some more over my leaves here. Pull them down over the top of this vase so that the edge of that is covered. We don't want any floating flowers here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll do some little wispy, long leafies coming out of it. Okay, I like that. And now I want to finish up this vase as well. I want to kind of give it a little bit of an edge so that it looks more like it's got a little bit of a shadow around it. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of gray here and give it that shape around the edge. I'm not going to leave it like this. It's going to be blended out a little bit more, so don't worry. Just going to drop this in here real quick. Just want to give an indication of the edge of this glass vase here. So I'm going to take my brush with just some water on it here. I'm gonna blot it a little bit first, and then I'm gonna just put some water on my brush and just go back over this with just water, just to blend this line out so it's not so harsh. Let's just give it a little bit of a softer appearance here, more of a shadowy edge. And I'm going to do it all the way around. I don't want that hard line to be there. I just want a light shadow. And of course, the bottom part is going to be a little bit darker because that's where you're going to see more shadow. But I want these edges on the left and the right to be more faded in and less harsh, less of a hard line. That looks nice. And here is the finished painting. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you on the next one.